Welcome to Jokakaka. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And, oh my god, chapter 95?
I know.
Oh my god.
After hiatus and now we're stuck in quarantine, essentially. You know, the world is in a great place now.
Yeah, so normally, Sam and I record these together, but smash cut to Sam being around contaminated fucking monsters all day.
Sorry.
So I'm like, okay, maybe we should do this like remotely. So just picture like Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob, like when their ghosts were coming out of the Krusty Krab.
Just a greasy spoon.
Yeah, that's us right now. That's you and me. I'm Mr. Krabs.
Okay, good.
All right, so this is Jokakaka. This is the JoJolion normally monthly review podcast. Every time a new JoJolion chapter comes out,
but
chapter
hiatus
95.
Happens.
Yes, hiatus did happen.
And if you're listening in the quarantine or since you're stuck at home, thank you very much for listening in for this one. Because
yes,
people are probably going through JoJo chapters now, or maybe just burning through podcasts.
Hell yeah.
Stuff to do.
Not to get too real for a minute, but I think that I get a lot of joy out of the fact that I can contribute to this kind of like
wow. So fool yourself.
Sorry, so, it's coming off badly. I know that when I'm in situations like this, podcasts are really what help me just get through the mundanity of like every day. So to know that I could put something out there during this literal pandemic is it's a little comforting. It makes my soul feel a little bit better, even though I know that no one fucking cares and no one listens to the show.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, so holy
speaking
fuck.
of Endless Calamity.
Endless Calamity.
We get part 1, which I guess, for what I'm saying, Head Dr. Stan has to be something Calamity, like in the name title, it feels like.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I should have like spent my day thinking of funny fucking like Calamity references.
Songs that use the word Calamity in it.
Like Calamity Jane. That's a person.
I can believe that it'd be like a Jane's Addiction song.
Cowboy?
What?
Calamity Jane. I think she was a cowboy. Okay, this is horrible.
So.
This is terrible.
This is what people come listen.
This is what they come for, Sam.
That's the struggle. This is what happens. I don't get to stare at you.
All right, so yes, Sam just doesn't get to look at my gross, disgusting face. All right, so let's actually talk about this freaking chapter.
Yeah, we get Gappy on the cover and him not appearing at all in the entire chapter.
He's just sitting there,
still
menacingly.
He's just standing there thinking and standing there very menacingly.
It's just, I love, I know Rocky gave us a bunch of shots of his horrible, like, stone eye last chapter, or was it last chapter or the one before? But I love just seeing it. Like, I love seeing the horrible... Gappy can no longer blink. Like, this is just his life now.
Well, as we can see, when we get part 8 animated.
Yeah. How are they... you know what? I guarantee what they would do. It would just be like the entire stone piece just moves down and his eye actually blinks. And it would be really...
his face when he blinks.
And I would hate it. Yeah, I'd hate it and it wouldn't be good.
I would love that. We'll see it in 2030.
So what did you... Let's just do a little general impressions. What did you think of this JoJolion chapter?
Fucking nuts.
It was fucking nuts. I was not prepared.
I was like, there's a lot of shit happening I want to talk about, but you fell asleep, so...
Sorry, I'm a growing boy, Sam. I need my sleep.
You might keep like me and fall asleep at like 4 a.m.
Because I love sleep now. Sleep is important to me, and I need to get like 8 hours or I fucking die.
Aren't you an adult?
Yeah. So...
What about you?
I really enjoyed this chapter. It's one of those chapters that it felt like both extremely long and extremely short at the same time. And I know that doesn't make too much sense, but it was paced in like the way that Araki has really mastered his pacing, where you feel like anything can happen in the next page turn.
Yes, and it's basically like Jobin has to be the main villain, right?
I don't buy it. No, that was so I know we're like jumping ahead, but like damn, Jobin's reaction to fucking doing it, which I know. Nuts. All right, so let's Okay, no, let's get to that.
Do we start there and then we get there when we get there?
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there because there's stuff to talk about, for sure. But
yeah, I mean, we started out with just the family walking in on the weirdest shit,
which is just like, damn, like this is the moment that I've been waiting for. Like this is where like, everything has been culminating.
Yes,
it's just so satisfying.
I mean, he walks in, his daughter-in-law is like over the toilet with Yasho yelling out of it. We have a wall destroyed with a plant like tipped over. It's just like the weirdest shit that could happen. It's just like they walk in on like his grandson is deforming into a grotesque monster.
The amount of destruction that happened to that corner of the room is incredible. Like,
I know.
The head doctor's stand, like if that had hit Mitsuba, like Mitsuba would have fucking died instantly.
She's used to it. So yeah. So then we get like probably like the Paisley Park finally get freed from the toilet.
So it's something I find so fascinating about this is that like Jobin doesn't stop it. Like Jobin doesn't stop. Well, I mean, I guess he does act later, but he doesn't stop Norisuke from doing it. It's very strange to me how like this is where I get a little bit of pause. Like, okay, I hate to indulge the main villain fucking discourse, but Jobin feels like he's so reactive here.
Yes.
Rather than being proactive, and it makes me like think of, where's Kato? Like, what is Kato doing?
Who? And Kyo, who?
Well, Kyo, we know that Kyo is just not a character anymore.
They're
she does not exist.
They're having like margaritas like in like Mexico right now.
Margaritaville.
Yeah, they're in Margaritaville, both of them.
They jumped into Rice Pirates JoJo spinoff in Mexico, and they're just drinking margaritas there.
Keep an eye in the background, you'll see them drinking margaritas.
So
but then the biggest meat and potatoes is just the exchange of father and son. It's amazing.
It's heartbreaking.
It's fucking so amazing. My favorite thing about this is just like him preaching about the right path and him just getting like called out on it. Like so much in JoJo we've gotten those speeches, but like immediately getting shit on, like and like getting fucked for having that right path. I just love that so much in this.
Yeah, it's really, I think, one of the biggest comparisons that people probably could make, or one could make, is to Diavolo. Because Diavolo
I was
has
hearing
lots
about funny.
That's interesting. I can see that too, especially with the whole like love train thing.
Yeah.
Is where with that it's like his path is like divine. Like nothing can happen to him that can interfere with his path. It's funny because I associate funny with the take the napkin. Like whenever I think of funny, I always think of that like ideology of like the first one to act is the one that dictates the discourse or dictates like the first one to grab the table napkin is the person that, okay, like this is how everything's arranged. Because like like there's been so much since the Part 5 anime came out, so many people were talking about Diavolo as like a like fate related character and how his power is used to kind of reshape his own fate to like make it the right path for himself. I don't know, that's just kind of a thought I had. Well, yeah, not when I was reading it, but just right now.
Yeah, I was seeing a bit relating to like the whole napkin speech and everything, but this one just drove me into immediately like, I don't know, like you guys, his dad showed his whole family his asshole, and then his asshole got completely spread open with his theory and path, which is great. But
I was so hyped when King Nothing showed up, and
yeah,
it's funny because
about that. Do you remember what year do you think he last appeared in? Because someone found the last time he appeared.
So JoJolion started in 2011. I'm gonna say 2013.
You're close. 2014.
Damn.
First time
it's
seen.
2020 currently.
I know. I thought that was pretty funny.
It's insane that it's almost been going on for 10 years, and it probably will surpass that.
I just love that King Nothing kind of defaultly gives him like a better sense of smell. He can detect like the extra smell without his stand being out, essentially.
Well, wasn't that like the point of his stand? And this is to me, it like
I just love that he gets like that
recontextualized his stand, like because I always thought of King Nothing as like I don't want like a lesser version of Moody Blues, but it definitely had the same kind of like purpose. But this one, it feels like it's way more investigative than Moody Blues could ever have been, where Moody Blues was just like a robot that would just do what you told it to do.
Moody Blues, you had to like know what he was like, what to look for, essentially. Where King Nothing is that investigation, like recreate the crime scene, the Batman detective vision of like recreating everything. Like,
which also, how fucking crazy is it that Ojiro took the fucking plant?
Yeah, it's a very important thing.
Like, holy shit.
But also, between that, I think that the shot of the head doctor just sitting on the car, I fucking love, by the way.
Oh, incredible.
He's just chilling.
Incredible.
And I don't know why. He's just sitting there menacingly.
Yeah, like, he's great. Every time we see him, it's funny because when I first saw him, I was like, oh, this guy's kind of doofy. But the more that I see him, like, I absolutely adore him and love him, and he's so cool.
I know. Hopefully we actually get some more shit with him soon. But yeah, but then like we have the whole exchange, him noticing the smell, and then he literally shows his asshole to his family by showing his stand right off. And
I really appreciate how big of it, like, their reactions to it are like appropriate. It's like whoa, like this is Dad's asshole.
This is Dad's ass. He's exposing our son or our brother's asshole right in front of our entire family. They both showed their assholes.
They did. Which I have to say, I literally gasped. So I read it this morning, like right after my shower. I had some time before work.
You read it in the shower.
I read it in the shower. And when I saw Speed King show up, I literally gasped out loud. I was like, fuck. Like, it's insane how little happens in this chapter, but how little time is in this chapter, but how impactful it is.
Yes, because also the family finds out, and Mitsuba finds out that he murdered like both Ojiro and Macarin. How close?
Macarin.
They both find out that like he murdered 2 people.
And okay, I have to just say, I want to shit on every JoJo brony that was like, what was the point of Ojiro coming back? It's like, oh, it's stupid.
This is it.
Nothing fucking happened. It's like, not only did we get to see Speed King in action for the first time, like, well, kind of. Like, it was the first time that we got an explanation for Speed King. It was a cool callback connecting old character arcs with, like, Kira and shit.
Yeah.
And also, now this, like, it is this pivotal revelation. And it could only have been done because we've seen, like, the newspaper and the news reportings of them murdered. Because there's no way that anyone in the family would have had any idea who this person is, like, besides Tsurugi and Jobin, of course.
Yeah. And Mitsuba, more about Mitsuba, now that she knows her husband, like, murdered those 2 people, she, like, the one PTA that she's, like, she knew pretty well compared to the other one.
Well, it's the one that we saw like the most though.
Well, she knows
had any
most.
Defining characteristic.
But she knew her like from the school though, so that's like gonna be interesting.
She also like destroyed her face with a cup.
She'll disfigure her, but not like kill her. She has class. She has standards. She's a lady.
Also, It's so fucking disgusting to me that Ojiro is younger than I am. I feel like sick to my stomach when I see that.
I figure like one thing and it's disgusting. And it's like Ojiro like surfing. But yeah, then but also like fucking Tsurugi's like warping horrifically after this whole revelation's happening as well.
Poor Tsurugi.
Where at one point he's like wrapping up like a mummy kind of thing where like there's like 3, if you can kind of notice.
Yeah, I remember that. It was very creepy.
But yeah, we learned how fucking fast Speed King is, where he doesn't even realize like he gets his fingers onto his ear like before he even like really realizes it. Like he just turns and notices right as he like basically gets the finger on his neck already.
I think it's also more so like that Norisuke would never anticipate this to happen, so he just didn't have his guard up.
Yeah, but I mean, he couldn't really combat it anyway with King Nothing.
Yeah. So here's where I want to bring up like conspiracy theory. Don't get your hopes up because JoJo fakes death. It has death fake outs a lot. So the one thing that makes me think this isn't a death fake out is Jobin's reaction to it seems to be extremely genuine, and he's like fucked up, like he's like weeping. But we've seen Jobin can like strategically like give people aneurysms.
Yeah.
So he could have done that here. This could be a Paper Moon King illusion.
I don't know. I don't know. It could. As 3 right now, I don't think he can really do anything as he's like seizuring out. But like, I don't know. I feel like he killed him at this point. Who knows?
Araki definitely wants us to believe that Jobin killed Norisuke. But
I can't believe it. I can believe either way.
The little voice in the back of my head is saying, it could be a fake out, could be another death fake out.
But one of the big things people talk about in this though is when he drops the phone and on the ground and it gets to the socket, which we think Joshu did.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty explicit that Joshu
it emphasizes his foot pretty hard.
I don't see why it would be constructed.
But people, the good thing think about is that Yasho can get her arm back if Joshu puts it back together with his stand. By the way,
it's very true. So
Joshu can have his face turn coming in to be the real JoJo of Part 8.
I think I've said this before. I'm pretty sure, but I've been like really anticipating like a Joshu redemption arc and
it's face turn, man.
This little like him kicking the phone is such a like great like not a foreshadow, but like a great like first step of like, oh, Jobin does have a heart. Like he's a freak and he's a weirdo. But he does. So shit, fuck. Jobin, on the other hand, does not have a heart. Joshu has a heart.
Getting there. And then he's to be the one to fight Toru. And I can't wait.
I really hope that happens. I would be fucking 100% down for that fight.
Yeah.
It would be so funny. Because, like, it would just be Yasuho. Okay, how... Worst timeline. Yasuho starts to have feelings for Joshu. Worst timeline.
I can't wait for that the love square to happen. With all going towards Yasuho.
It's going to become a love dodecahedron.
Hey, man, I'd be down for, like, a three-way fight. A three-way dance, as they call in wrestling.
Okay.
Let me have my wrestling references.
Though there have been way too many.
I had 2. So one thing, my favorite shot is the pose that Speed King does to like keep the kids away.
Awesome!
It's one of my favorites.
Cool.
Like
it is really cool.
He basically like threatens them. Like it's so like menacing as a stupid thing to say. It's super like great. His speaking is being the threatening one, while he's like being very emotional over that. It's awesome.
Yeah, that he's put the mask up, and it's also really cool that like we're seeing the Jobin's tears are like kind of reminiscent of his like scar facial feature, whatever.
His eye lines.
Yeah, I don't even know what you'd really call them. I'm assuming they're scars, but I can't remember if that was like a canon thing that he got.
I don't think so.
It is like flashback or something.
This isn't like...
Or if he's born with it.
This isn't like Kingdom Hearts where like where a character can get like eye lines and then just disappear once he gets freed. It's Axel, by the way. He had like little like under eye things, then he disappeared once he became like back to being a human. It's really weird. It's weird. So yeah, he puts him in the body bag.
And that fucking hand, we see that like hand
very
shot again. That was like I was like almost triggered when I saw that. I was like, holy shit, you can't show that shit to me again. Like I'll cry on you. I
still can't believe he killed him like in front of the family for some reason.
This is why I don't think that Jobin is the main villain. Like he's way too deranged. He's like so reactive here. He made a terrible move. Like he is so focused on the goal of healing his baby boy that he's lost sight of like reality.
Yeah.
And how to... Because so I know that people have been kind of theorizing of like, oh, there's going to be like a faction conflict where it's going to be like the Higashikatas versus like the blah blah blahs. But now there's like no bad guy faction, which is kind of funny. But like Jobin made like the worst move here. Like there's no way that they would team up with him unless it's completely out of fear.
Yes.
Which they definitely do fear him, but we see that Joshu is already acting in defiance of him by helping Yasuho.
Yes, and so yeah, Yashio gets her stand back, but and that's like basically the end of the chapter. But so one major thing, because like Tsurugi is wrapping up, so that has to be something. Because for what we know from like chapter 83 or so was like when we had the whole prologue thing, is that the family acts normal, like the whole killing their father thing didn't happen, and then we get to like now they all know that he was basically murdered.
They saw it.
And Tsurugi's fine, like 100% fine, before the harvest.
Yes.
And Jobin and Mitsuba are nowhere in the house that we saw. So at some point we have to figure something happens with Tsurugi. Like this whole, he's like he's wrapping up like a cocoon. It looks like with like the origami thing. It looked like. I don't think.
Are you talking about the very last page?
Yeah, he's like completely like wrapped up.
He kinda, I know you're gonna laugh, he kinda looks like Yo-Yo Ma. He's got the same face as Yo-Yo Ma here.
You can barely tell what his face looks like. Other than like his eyes, like when he's like the 3 lines of paper wrapping around his face.
I thought the final pages are really interesting. How I think it's interpreted to be from like Mitsuba's point of view.
Mitsuba like, starts out.
We're seeing like all of so we're seeing like all of these impressions that Mitsuba's had, like all these people that she's seen or met, or like even just seen the pictures of, and I think it's interesting, that it's like we're seeing like the Planet Appraiser again, and we see like that little cliff area where Tsurugi encountered Ojiro, and I'm just like, like I'm wondering how these things are tied together.
And she basically says like the head doctor is the main threat to her, essentially.
Yeah, and it's really funny because that's not like the impression that I get as like a hashtag Team Joe fan. Like I'm with Josuke, I'm with Yasuho, like these are protagonists.
Yes.
The head doctor does not seem like an antagonist at this point. He feels like an ally, like the scene where Yasuho is, well, there's a couple scenes where she's out in the like garage area.
Yeah, she's like outside, like bleeding and drowning or whatever she's doing.
And we see
the head doctor doesn't do anything to her. He just fucks off after the whole thing happened. The head doctor just seemed to be there to fuck up the family.
Yeah, it really seems like he is like a friend. Like he is a good guy.
Anything about like, and like it only affects her when she's really persistent about it or really close to getting the face. So it's weird. The head doctor stuff is weird. I don't understand it yet, and I'm excited to when we actually get a huge revelation about whoever or whatever he is.
Yeah, I'm so anticipating that.
But another thing with Paisley Park, she told Paisley Park to call for help. And I'm wondering if that's going to be like they're going to call EMTs, try to attempt to call EMTs to the house, or call Gappy or Toru or Planet Appraiser.
We can't trust doctors.
We can't trust doctors, but still. I mean, she's missing an arm. She might be desperate.
So, one thing I think is kind of interesting, looking at like the last time that we see Yasuho, is like, even though she's recalled her stand and she has that moment where she's like, oh my god, Paisley Park came back, it's just like, aw, like I too have affection for this stand. But we see that Yasuho still looks like she's like fucked up. Like she still looks like she's breaking apart.
I think it just stopped crumbling and maybe just it coming back together slowly, like the cracks.
I don't know, because like if you look at her arm here, it looks like things are like actively breaking, even though she's already been like out of the water for like a while. And also Paisley Park is all like fucking melty. She looks like melted vinyl.
Her little bone coming out of her arm. So no, what you didn't see is like when she's gonna look at her phone, he's gonna say dog poop or banana peel, and
we all know we're team dog poop.
Yes, clearly dog poop's gonna work. So yeah, this whole chapter makes you kind of think back though to 83 about like why is the family happy. So people, one thing I mean, you said, didn't you say Tsurugi was gonna be able to control stands or copy stands or something like that when his thing
that was like a theory that I had a very long time ago that kind of got disproved, My theory was that the evidence I had for it was we in the flash forward we see Tsurugi uses Nut King Call to take out Joshu's tongue and like tickle, I think it's Hato's ear.
Yeah.
And then we also, in like the same chapter, we see the gates close on Mina-chan, like that one of Tsurugi's classmates. And my theory was, Tsurugi is using Awaking Three Leaves. He has taken the power of Awaking Three Leaves to slam this gate closed. But they seem to kind of like not retcon it. It seems to be more explained that the head doctor was the one that did that.
Yeah.
But I think that the part with Nut King Call still holds some...
Because people are thinking the reason why the kids are all acting like nothing's bad happened is just California King Bed to get rid of that memory. And that's what...
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
So...
Oh, that's so smart. Why... I wish I had thought about that like 10 months ago when I made that theory live on air.
Because California King Bed had been used in I don't know how long. It's always 2012 or 2011.
Probably like what? It was like chapter 15? If something even 15. Like that. Maybe it wasn't 15.
Just bringing back all the greatest hits.
That's what you love to see it.
You love to see it. So yeah, a lot of people are thinking that just like if Tsurugi does have that stand, either copy or control, or like kind of puppeteer other people's stands, like unknowingly.
Well, I'm gonna be that guy and say, this was my theory, and no one else can
take
have
it. I'm just gonna reaffirm your theory. Your big
Thank
brain.
You. No, I actually do. You can listen back to the fucking receipts. Whatever.
I will not.
Whatever episode that was, it was probably 80. Did you say what? 83.
83, I think.
I think you can go back and listen, and I will express my theory there.
That was one of my favorite chapters, and we talked about because it was like so much shit to talk about. Good. So,
I know people were kind of like poo-pooing. What was it? Chapter.
People were pooing on the Ojiro stuff.
93? Was it 93 or 94 that people were like, "Oh, this chapter's not very good." It was the last one.
Yeah, the one after.
It was the one after the great one.
Yeah, because you can't. People were like, "Oh, the last one was so good. The other one had to be even better," but it had to go to a different stuff. And I love that last chapter.
Yeah, like you have to understand that there's something called like pacing.
Yeah.
And not every chapter can be like a crazy, insane revelation chapter.
JoJo fans how the world works. A lot of JoJo fans aren't ready to read do that monthly grind now.
It's true.
I've been doing it since like fucking 2013 or 2014, man.
Yeah, they're weak. JoJo fans are weak.
They are weak.
Except our fans. They're not weak. They're very strong.
I mean, they can admit they're weak. More credit to them.
That's true. If you can admit you're weak, then that means you're strong.
So I guess next chapter, like I'm assuming, like if it's whoever's
talk about predictions.
I guess like who's she gonna call for help was like my big thing. Is Toru finally gonna show up out of like finally, or Joshu gonna help repair her arm? It's like, oh, I found your arm. Here you go.
Something that is really like bugging me, and it's not really bugging me, it's more so that I keep thinking about, is what the fuck did Gappy do last chapter or 2 chapters ago? Like.
Dropping off the note and chicken to Blue Hawaii.
How is this going to play back into the story like soon? It has to be soon, right?
Instead of yo Angela, yo Dolomite, here's some chicken, help me out here, bro. And then that's gonna be that.
Yeah, hilarious.
And I think in that, and then I think it's gonna be Yasho. Maybe Josh. I don't know. We still have to find out what happened to the family to make them forget about all the bad things that happened. So I think Tsurugi is changing in weird ways now, especially that he looks like he's like turning into a cocoon.
Sam's called puberty.
10-year-old. Is he 10-year-old?
I believe he's 10.
I believe he's 10.
I would believe you.
He's a very creepy 10-year-old.
He can't help it. His family forces him to dress up like a little girl against his will, which can't be good
he's still a big... I mean, 2 or 3 of the sons are sexual deviants, so...
What?
Jobin just has weird fetishes.
Just because Jobin likes to have sex with
not
his
even
bugs
Jobin.
crawling
Jobin's the most
over
normal
him.
one out of them. Tsurugi's a sexual deviant, and Joshu the sexual deviant.
You think Tsurugi's a sexual deviant?
Yeah, he creeped on Yasho so much.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you?
He takes advantage of her so much to get a creepy look. I trust. Jobin has a bug fetish, yes, but so did Johnny had a bug bite fetish. No one crucifies him or that.
Well, Jesus did.
No, that was Caesar. So,
isn't it funny to just be able to talk about like 30 years of JoJo history condensed in like 3 seconds?
I mean, Jesus is in part 7 too. But
he is.
I mean, he also technically in part 8, but the corpse hasn't come back yet.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see him real soon. What if he came out of the toilet?
What if Jesus has a face-to-face with the head doctor? And that's the epic showdown.
That would be. I would love epic. That.
The corpse part comes back, and Yasha gets the right arm of Jesus as her new arm, and we get Paisley Park Act 2.
Pays. I can't think of any Prince references. Sorry.
I don't know. Paisley Park Act 2. That's what happened with Johnny. Let's give her an act.
I'm trying to think of more stuff to say, but it's so like the real appeal of this chapter to me is so motion based and like just those incredible close-ups you see with Narisuke, with Jobin. It's just like
Speed King stuff is definitely my favorite stuff out of this. It's like the shots of Speed King.
Yeah, it's so cool to see Speed King. I know we've been like really lucky to see Speed King recently because for a long time there was just like that one image of Speed King, like his silly face.
There's one image
was like in the background.
There's that one image, and then there's the second image of him driving the car. And then
yep, I was gonna say that was the second one.
And then now we kind of got it like being a little bit more menacing. Now that we know if it touches you, you're basically dead. Like not like Killer Queen dead, but like you're gonna have your brain's gonna fry.
Yeah,
which is like probably more horrifying because it's probably a lot more painful than this instantaneous detonation.
I don't know. I wonder what would be worse.
You're slowly.
It seems like it happens so quickly with.
He can control like probably how much heat goes into that. He obviously can, but Killer Queen, you're just gonna blow up indefinitely.
It certainly feels like it.
And I mean, the one kid blew up and then reassembled, and he seemed pretty okay after that. If you think about it.
Yeah. I feel so sad for the kids here, seeing their father die in front of them.
Everybody is suffering in this chapter.
It really is.
This is a chapter of suffering.
Like, Jobin fucking weeping like got to me too. It's like, damn.
Yes.
That's all I can say is damn.
It's kind of awesome when like you get that emotion from a villain like.
Oh, it's incredible. It's like why I come to JoJo.
Because, like, Diavolo didn't give a shit when he, like, hurt Trish. That was, like, the whole thing, and, like, you don't really get that. You don't get emotional reactions like that too much from, like, villains, I feel.
I guess it depends on, like, do you mean in general or in JoJo?
Like, I love seeing, like, villains break like this, like...
See, like, this is, like, a really rare example, I feel. Like... Which makes it so powerful to me because I think when people are writing villains in fiction, it can just be like the temptation just kind of turn the evil like knob all the way up so that they're just completely like evil and horrible. But like here, Jobin he's making the wrong decisions, but he's so convinced that he's right. He's willing to do horrible things.
All these horrible things are for the right reason, and no one's going to stop him from keep going down his path, even his father.
Yeah.
Unless killing his father was the actual thing that'll cancel out Tsurugi's... But that whole thing was a ritual, so I don't know. I'm super interested in what's happening with Tsurugi, because that's like another big question mark with the family right now that I have.
He's such a pivotal character, and he's been important for a very long time. So it's great. It's funny because like Mitsuba has not been important for a very long time, but she's also really important.
Yeah, now she's super important. She's like the kind of like from going on from like the last couple chapters seems to be like our perspective going into this whole Hishikata side of this drama going on.
She kind of is.
Like she is. Like,
it's kind of, and it's also really interesting that like the head doctor. She's such a connection with the head doctor at this point. Like, he's tried to kill her, like, deliberately several times.
He's treated her and tried to kill her and tried to, obviously affecting her family now too. That she knows he's a threat now. Even like she is like our focus character for Shishikata's side, where like, you know, we have Gappy for that side, Gappy and Yasuho for that side.
Yeah, more so it's been Yasuho for like the past 10 chapters or so. Josuke feels like he's been a little.
He just had his character moment, like a huge character changing moment, and we don't know what he's going to do or be like now after he had his huge like revelation. Like he's a wild card right now, essentially.
Yes,
because now he's motivated. The quote.
Yeah, it's been really cool to jump to Yasuho as like the POV character, for like the good guys, because she really has also been kind of neglected by Josuke, and she really feels distant from Josuke.
Yeah, him and Planet Praiser both like kind of, but she like,
and she never liked the Planet Praiser.
Nah,
he was always a fucking asshole.
But now, she's kind of jumping into action to try to investigate, and she's the one, since she escaped or Stan escaped, she's gonna be the one, even though she's still like breathing outside. If Jobin looks out the window, he can see her like literally like in pieces.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen next chapter. Is Jobin's gonna like just leave the house to kill her.
But Joshu might distract him or try to get... It's going to be a Joshu, excited. And then whenever her helper arrives, probably will be Toru.
The problem is that it's like... It feels like, yes, you're right. Like, it's going to be Joshu versus Jobin, but we kind of know that, like, going by the flash forward, that Joshu probably fails, because... Otherwise, why would they be in that situation?
Yes.
Like that, like weird denial of what's happening.
And Toru is still parking the damn car. So
if he's even there, we don't even know if he's there.
He's calling for help, so I'm gonna assume it's gonna be Toru. Like, I was just around the corner.
God. Oh,
what happened?
That'd be so cool.
I'm a first responder now for paramedics. Like, that kind of weird. That kind of stuff that has him being the question mark that he is.
Just him being, like, conveniently at the right place at the right time.
Teddy bear wearing on his shirt.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm just
so do you have anything else?
I just want that Joshu Toru encounter. Like,
yes.
I've never been more excited to be rooting for Joshu, and now is the time to get on that Joshu bandwagon.
I know. Oh, hashtag Joshu Squad.
Joshu's
hell yeah.
Face turn, man.
Everyone press 1 in the chat for Joshu.
Are you team Joshu or team Toru?
Oh, actually, I take it back. Everyone press 1 in the chat for Toru.
Or 2 for Joshu?
No.
Just nothing.
No, never 2.
Simply press
Only
nothing
1.
for Joshu. There you go.
All right.
Anything else? Any other big brain theories?
No, I'm loving it. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy just JoJolion is back. It feels like we're going to go on for another year, 2 years. Who knows? It's an endless calamity. Maybe it never will end.
So do you want to do the theories you got on social media?
So, all right. Starting a new segment that might return.
Jim had a stupid name. I'm going to call it Jim's, JoJolion fans, or Jokakaka Big Brain Theories. Jokakaka stands. Yeah, Jokakaka stands.
Sam. That's a terrible name.
It's a great name. It's a work in progress.
You stumbled through that name.
I always stumble through the names.
So this is Jim's fucking funny fan theory corner.
Funny. You didn't ask if people put their funny fan theories. You put their fan theories.
Well, okay, so I put a little request out to Twitter. We got a good amount of responses, actually. Hell yeah. Follow us on Twitter at Jokakaka Podcast.
Yes.
So I asked people to comment with their hashtag JoJolion. I don't know why I said hashtag.
Hashtag
people to comment with their JoJolion fan theory, but it must be 7 words or less.
Okay.
So
are we supposed to rate these out of 10 or?
I mean, I'm not gonna stop.
Is it a thumbs up a Toru and a thumbs down a Joshu, or a thumbs up a Joshu and a thumbs down Toru?
Sure. No, a thumb up is a Haman. No, sorry, a thumb up is a spin. A thumb down.
I'm gonna rate it with the stand. There we go. Go ahead.
All right. So this one I like from Eat Yaj Yak.
Okay.
Says Kyo got yeeted by Kato off screen.
I believe it.
I totally fucking believe it.
They got yeeted to Mexico drinking margaritas and are gonna be in Rice Pirates. JoJo fan comment.
Blood Sun Vendetta.
Yeah,
All right, what do you rate that as a stand, though? You said you were going to give it a stand rating.
It's totally plausible. So I'm going to give it a Bastet out of 10.
All right, cool. An electrical socket, very topical for this chapter.
What are you gonna rate it?
I'm not gonna.
You do your own rating. Come on.
I'm just not gonna rate it. I rate it a funny fucking joke out of 10. It's good. I give it a thumb up. I give it a spin.
You give it a spin.
I give it a spin. It's a thumb up. The spin is thumb up. A Haman is thumb down. All right, next one. So we have Meglas at CTLMGLS. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
And you saw me pronouncing Japanese character names were bad. Now Jim's got to try to pronounce Twitter handles.
Tsurugi erases Kyo from everyone's consciousness. Yep, also very good.
Yes,
funny.
You get a jailhouse lock out of 10.
Probably true. What do you think is more appealing? That there's Kyo is yeeted off screen, or that Kyo just got like erased from everyone's brains?
I like her being yeeted out of the country of Japan and to the continent of the North America somewhere.
The continent of the United States.
Continent of the United States. God bless America.
All right, let's do a few more. So Porygon Q says Joshu is the real main character, which hell yeah, he is a JoJo canonically.
Yes, he's going to be the new main character of this new JoJo main character of this arc. I give that a nut all caps King Call out of 10.
Shit, I'm not thinking of funny ratings. I just give it a spin. I give it a nice spin. Give it a good old thumb up.
You got not a ball breaker?
No. Oh yeah, ball breaker would be like 2 thumbs up. Okay. Whereas a shit, what's the one Haman move? What's like one like
bubbles?
Haman sunlight overdrive.
That's
a sunlight overdrive is 2 Haman thumbs down. All right, this is a terrible segment. We need to end this.
I have better ratings than you.
Yeah, mine are fucking falling apart in my hands. All right, let's see. We have Vivace at J Bovia says Kato will bring Kyo back to us. I think it's funny how everyone's fixating on Kato and Kyo, 2 characters that were explicitly not in this chapter. But definitely fan favorites. Not even fan favorites. Just like people want to fucking know.
I don't. Do you? One of the big theories, like, do you think Kaito and or Kyo will actually come back and impact the story at all?
Yes, 100%.
Both
yes.
or one?
One.
I wonder who that could be.
All right, let's do one more.
I was gonna say, let me rate that. Who's the most who gets forgotten? I'll give it a Harvest out of 10 because they stopped giving a shit about Shingeki after he blew up.
I'll give it a Will Zappelli out of 10. Most forgettable Zappelli for sure.
It's sad but true.
Sad but true.
Biggest true.
Actually, I guess the most forgettable Zappelli is like Will's dad, who I think he mentions it once, but we don't think we ever see.
The one,
or Jiraiya's dad.
No, well,
no one even knows
actual
his name.
Supporting characters. Then those 3 are the main ones, but
yeah. All right, let's do one last one. I like this one. So from Lil Gay at Real Lil Gay, Joshu will unscrew Jobin's nuts, which hell yeah. Ooh. I give that a ball breaker out of 10.
I would rate that, but you did that perfectly because ball breaker's an ability close enough to a stand. So I agree with that one. But if Joshu actually unscrews anyone's nuts, I will like literally like lose my shit.
He will. Okay, I think that Lil Gay at Real Lil Gay just predicted this. I think that Josuke is gonna have his 2 extra balls unscrewed off by our boy Joshu, and then Joshu's gonna put them on his own body so that he's just flowing with testosterone. He just has mega testosterone.
No, he's gonna unscrew Toru's nuts to solidify himself as the Alpha Chad of Part 8.
And he just becomes a nut hoarder. He just hoards all the nuts like a fucking squirrel.
He will literally ascend to Nut King. That's it. Oh. There we go. Spoiled Part 8 for you.
Fuck. Shit.
The Nut King will take his throne of balls.
He's throwing him balls. Oh, that's great.
There we go. All right. Anything else?
All right.
Any more?
No, I think that's it. Do we have a funny fucking question for comments this week?
I thought we had Team Joshu or Team Toru.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And of course, post your theories as always.
Mash 1 in the chat for Team Toru.
And
press, in the chat.
And press nothing for Joshu.
Press nothing
Blank
for Joshu.
comments for Joshu. you did this.
All right. I did.
Anything else?
No.
Time to plug it up.
Yeah, plug it up, baby.
Well, first and foremost, wash your damn hands.
Oh yeah, fuck. I've been touching my face so much in the past 45 minutes. It's not even fucking funny.
I had to work with fucking various people, and you had to do your verification precautions because people are fucking weird and will not take, proper hygienic caution. So please wash your damn hands. Also, if you're gonna go out, go out for essentials. Don't be like the lady I saw today who came in for a giant potted plastic plant and that was it.
I mean, it's nice that she's not like hoarding toilet paper, but
I mean, every place set limits now. But like, seriously, if you go out for food, go out for sanitation stuff. Don't go in just to go like shopping for clothes, like swimsuits and stuff in this time.
Oh, you know what? You are right. 100%, because it is just like you're just adding to the bodies. You're just adding to the fucking potential of horrible stuff.
Yes, you want to be the you want to be a subject zero. You want to be like the carrier of a virus. Don't go fuck yourself if you want to be.
Go fuck yourself.
Other than that, please thank you for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow us where all podcasts are. Most for podcasts are like Spotify and iTunes and. Of course, YouTube and whatever else Jim put it on.
What'd you say? Spotify, Stitcher.
Spotify, iTunes.
iTunes.
Oh, Stitcher.
Yeah, we're on Stitcher.
iTunes,
like literally, no one uses Stitcher, so LMFAO.
And
one thing I want to say, if you're a true fan, you should be subscribed to us on Spotify because the episodes because it takes longer for me to make the video. The episodes come up earlier on Spotify, so if you really want it sooner, follow us there.
I had like JoJo. I think because like the OPs came back on Spotify and it was like, oh, you're JoJo on their podcast. Like, I'm curious, and like we ended up on the second row under JoJo podcast.
Oh my god, there's a thing. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was like a fucking category.
Oh my god, you need to screenshot that and send it to me so I can.
I think we're like second row, but
damn, that's awesome, dude.
We're there, and then you can follow the main channel because Jim wants to do more of these like big brain fan theories in 7 words or less, or maybe he'll change the word.
Every week count. It's gonna be fewer words.
Every month, every week.
Every week, yeah. So next time we do it, it's gonna be 4.
Follow each of us separately on Twitter as well.
We should say our handles.
Yeah, Jim will have them.
I'm at King Protus.
I'm at Jokakaka, and hopefully we might figure out probably do more of these. We're trying to get the kinks out of these like remote ones if we want to do some extra episodes.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean,
I just hate Discord.
In a perfect world, we would be able to get this. This would be over soon, and we could just record normally. But
it's not a perfect world.
Very true.
And I think anything else we're missing. Yeah, please stay safe in quarantine. I know Animal Crossing's coming out, so we'll be nice and
yeah, just stay safe out
there.
Nice
little escape.
And thank you once again for listening.
Yes, thank you for listening. If you're bored, if you're bored in quarantine, I hope our podcast please fit some kind of enjoyment or some kind of just time killing.
Also, smash that fucking like button.
I said that. God damn it. But thank you.
All right.
That's it, right?
Yep.
Am I missing anything?
Nope. Let's go. All right. Bye.
Wash your damn hands, people. Bye.